Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High. Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahushai Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone and salutations to all you sincere Akim. And this is your brother Abawan. Back here with the part two of the video I was making, and I don't know what I'm going to name it. I'm not going to say, democracy to Draconia, democracy to Draconianism or something like that, right? And basically, in the video, what I was saying was that with that, we were drawing that parallel between the Athenian lawgiver Draco and your democratic system, and how it is just simply a tool in which the elites of Isoidom use to push their draconian legislation, which is basically the agenda that they have for this NWO Great Reset system, where they come against the Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakakwadash, while giving you people the illusion of choice, right? Like I said, going back to it all went back to, like I said, this is something that came out in Bible prophecy, right? Revelation the 13th chapter, which is of course where we are right now. He a beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake like a dragon. And this is how, this is also going into as well how Esau Edom operates, because these devils talk out of both sides of their mouth, right? Say one thing means the other. Let's get that precept. Let's get it. After all, it's not written for their with the words of their mouth. Let's get that. Let's get that. That's also going into that as well. The words of their mouth were smooth. Yes, it's not here. It's probably in the Apocrypha, because I know I typed that right. So let's get in the KJV. Like I was saying, the words of their mouth were smooth as butter, but war. Okay, so this is the book of Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn sword. This is how Esau operates, right? He gives you an ideology, right? He gives you sells you a dream, right? Like the American dream. Oh, you come to the US, there's a lot of opportunity, you work hard enough, you can have a family, you can have a white picket fence and this and that, right? And then you find out that that dream is not an actual reality, because now all you are doing in the US is just being basically a wage slave for the elites of Esau Edom to continue to build up their vision for this NWO. And that's exactly what these devils have done with democracy as well. They sold you this dream of freedom of choice, self-determination. Oh, now you can choose your own elected official, except you can't. And that leads me to the next point of this article. So this is the continue. Let me continue. Let me jump down a little bit. So yeah, yet the fact of the matter is that even if every American or Nigerian voter had simply stayed at home on their election day, the next Nigerian president was always going to be one of Tinubu, Atiku, or Obi, or the next American president was always going to be one of Trump and Harris. Nobody is sure exactly how these became the only available options, but no matter what, the next president would be one of these people, and there was nothing anybody could do about it. In a democracy, whether you participate in the voting ritual or not, someone from a tiny selection of candidates whose emergence you were not involved in is always going to end up as the leader with the power to determine your life. Right. And aside from the fact that, like we have just been reading, already established, and we see that politics is basically just you know game in which politics is basically just the game or an effort in which there is no fruit coming out of it, because, like I said, you or like it has already been established, you don't make the decision, you don't have the choice, you can't actually affect who gets into office, right? Because because once again, it's not you that chooses, it's not you people that go and vote that chooses, rather the elites of Esau Edom, and they always choose their guys, whoever they want that gets into office. That's just how the politics game works, right? Back to what I was saying, right? So let me also read the next article because it actually has something interesting I want to point out here, you know. But because you take part in the, it's like at the next paragraph, now continuing on, but because you will take part in the 1 day ritual, right? And I'll put that in quotes because I've been saying this for a long time. And I always say that, look, man, voting is a high holiday in this kingdom. The election season, right? Election time is another high holiday that is being celebrated in this kingdom, right? Because during that voting period, it's basically like a high holiday, and this is how it is being treated. And that's why even in the scriptures, you know, right, and even in this truth, you know, voting is going off ultimately because you're not because first and foremost, you Israelites, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? They're not putting any politician that has your best interest at heart, you know, as a candidate, okay? But rather they are putting politicians that will push and further push the agenda of Esau Edom. It doesn't matter whether it was Donald Trump or Kamala Harris or Jill Stein or Tinubu or Peter Obi or anybody else in any part of the world. It's all the same thing. Okay, let's continue reading. But because you take part in the 1 day ritual of voting for one of the two or three candidates that you did not choose, you will now delude yourself that you have democracy because you apparently choose your leaders. And in a rare event like 2023 in Nigeria, you get a popular outsider with a real chance of winning the democratic institutions of the world, right? Democratic, quote unquote. And of course, we are giving you exactly who these democratic individuals are, right? And basically it's a bunch of demons, man. A bunch of demons. That is the elites of Esau Edom. So yeah, the democratic individuals of the Lord. So you see what of the world, so I cannot the Lord. But they are also of the Lord as well, because hey, after all, it's not written, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So it's also of the Lord as well. So yeah, the democratic. See, like I was saying, so that yeah, like I was saying, the democratic. Wait, let me go back to that. Ah, I can't believe I lost where it was. Okay, yeah, the democratic institutions of the world will never allow him to be declared winner, but will instead start sending the US, UK, and EU ambassadors to pressure him to concede after a 90-something-year-old savage Todd from the streets of Chicago is declared the winner. And basically she's talking about the results of the Nigerian election, right? Because you know Peter Obi was the popular president, and you had a lot of the Nigerian youth and even a lot of the physically various people from various parts of walks of life that were wholly set on voting him in, right? But Esau said no, right? And then he got the radio, and he got the president that we currently got. You can Google him, right, and see who we got instead. And now, Nigeria has been in turmoil ever since. The dollar has gone up, the price of gas, the price of fuel has gone up, the price of everything has gone up. It just keeps going up. It's getting to a crazy amount right now. But hey, we persevere through the spirit and power. How about Sham Yawashai? And this should normally teach Jake a lesson, right? You know, these are the kind of situations that are being set up in through the spirit in order to teach Jake a lesson. This is not your rest. This is not your kingdom. This is not for you. Return to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Come back to the Lord, right? Because that's the ultimate thing right here. Use that article just to come to this point, right? This is your how do you say it in the world, coming to your Hawashai moment, right? When you realize that there really is nothing for you out here in this world, right? And now the only way, the only solution for our people is to return to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakwadash. But Jake isn't on that, right? Jake would much rather continue to, let's go to the book of Isaiah, trust in the shadow of Egypt. And we always use this precept. Every election, this precept comes out just to remind our people that what you are doing by going to the polling booths, by going to votes, and actually having hope that something will change in this kingdom. But Jake is rising up now because if you look at the stats, right, the amount of Jakes that sat at home ultimately was even it was pretty high, but it's still the same thing because the thing is this: those jakes, those were people that decided that, oh, they're not going to go and vote, they're going to sit at home. The reason why they did so wasn't because they finally saw that this is this whole political, that this whole game of voting and the like is just completely a waste of time, but rather they are using it as a political move in order to force the elected officials, or rather the establishment and the powers that be, right, to see that to see that listening and paying attention to their needs is important in getting them into office, not learning your lesson. Your vote don't matter. And Esau is definitely not going to help you niggas, man. Isaiah, our help comes from the most. Let's go and let's get that preset. Let's get that preset. Psalms 123. Okay, hold on. No, okay, yeah. Psalms 121. So this is the book of Psalms 121, verse 1. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth, right? So no Big Bang theory, all right? No universe, taking millions or how long an amount of years to cool off after various events, right? None of that. The Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai created the heavens and the earth, and this should go without saying, right? That which is understood does not need to be explained. So the point being is this: that rather than trusting in the shadow of Egypt, rather than trusting in this kingdom that is coming, that is you see what is going on right now, and you see the fall that is being prepared for Esau, Edom, and for his kingdom, and you still trust in it. You see America circling the drain, the men of the Lord doing video upon video upon video upon video upon video, showing you exactly how Babylon the Great is falling. But you still think, let's hitch our wagon here. Let's try to still get these Edomites, get these devils to bring prosperity to us, even though we also explain this is not your rest, this is not your kingdom, those are not your leaders. They are the devil, Esau, Edom, right? Ecclesiastes 12, verse 10. Trust not thine enemy, when that preset goes, let's go to that as well, right? Because you can sit here, you can do all the videos you want to do, try to beat it into our people's minds, but Jake will still ultimately not get it, and seeing that you know a lot, I am Slovakia. Something that these are different, all these habits that are hard as hell to get rid of. But like I was saying, okay, right, Slovakia. Like I was saying, these are things that you can beat into the heads of our people, but they will still not get it. So now, Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You can't trust Esau either. You can't trust the devil. Okay. And even if you can't trust the devil because ultimately, man, Esau isn't going to help you people. Israel isn't going to help you Israelites, right? Like I said, our help comes from the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, Shem Rakakwadash. And that's why we keep telling you, Jakes, wait upon the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, wait upon the Lord. That's why we keep telling you, Jakes, repent and come back to this truth, right? The only deliverance for our people is the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, is through the Most High, Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, not through any politician or elected official hitching your wagon and trusting in men, right? Trusting in men and that will only lead to your fall. So, as it is written, some trust in chariots, some trust in gold, horsemen, and so on and so forth. But we trust in the Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai. And anyway, the Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, isn't waiting on the elites of Esau Edom to tell him what to do, right? But rather, he is the one that is in control of the elites of Esau Edom. You see how this works, right? There's this meme of if a guy putting out a giant putting two fingers out of the ground, a giant living on the ground, and he puts two fingers out, and he disguises those two fingers as people, and they are basically communicating with another person. And that's exactly how it is with the Most High. He's the one that is controlling the elites of Esau Edoms, right? I'm sorry, he's the one that is controlling the elites of Esau Edom, right? So he's the one that is now, the main. So he is the one that is in control ultimately. And that's why we put our trust in the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. And of course, you see what the scriptures. I'm just rambling right now. Let me just finish up. Let me just finish up. Anyway, you get the point, right? Trust not in Esau, Edom. So this is the book of Psalms 20, verse 7. Some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we will remember the name of Yahweh, our power. So this is the book of Psalm 31, verse 14. But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh. I said, thou art my power. Right. So with that, I'll end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Rakakwadash, Wa, Abad, Babal, Shalom.